It's time to dig out the Ars Magna special. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that pendulum button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. You know, honestly, I think that this is really, really cool. Today we're going to be looking at Ars Magna, and I figured we would bring pendulums. So, you know, it's essentially, you know, you're going to be using the Power Patron stuff to be able to fuel into this. But if you guys want those cool pendulums, please, you know, leave a comment down below. You guys are going to be helping me because we're going to be away at Gen Con here in a week, and we're going to continue to kind of build up, you know, these segment videos to have content while we're away. So you guys are kind of helping tell me what you guys want to see. I've been taking a lot of notes, but also, you know, we're in the height of like new excitement. You know, there's a lot of cool new concepts that are coming out of Beyond the Brave that are just absolutely looking fun and amazing. So, you know, we want to cover as much of these as we can. So I actually was watching replays today, and this replay is the skill level I personally felt like I was watching when I was checking in on this was amazing, man. Got to see some really cool things. So this is going to be Ars Magna versus Mitsurugi. Mitsurugi is definitely the poster deck for a lot of things, and I think we're going to kind of continue to, you know, observe and see that that's going to be more of a point here. So in this matchup, Mitsurugi does kind of get to start things off here. Obviously, you know, having Habagiri be the full one-card combo through Sanji is always going to be slightly annoying. But I mean, that's what the deck does, right? Its job is to be able to filter through, get the setup, and kind of go. And then obviously, you know, you see the generational advantage coming down here. And then, of course, one ritual for the other. Getting Futsu set up is extremely good. And then here comes the Mitsurugi Mirror to revive, get the Futsu back into rotation, and get our trap card. And now we can go ahead and filter for 6. We've already decked in a lot here. So every extra piece that we get here is nice. We also do see a Wozu in the main deck, but we do get Fallen and Virtuous, which is such a good card. And then you see the emphasis on the set 3 here. So is it possible to try to play through, you know, this field? I would say it's definitely a lot more doable than you expect. Here comes the Power Patron, getting the ad, and then we'll go ahead and extend down here. Here comes the Futsu Revive, and then Fallen and Virtuous popping Jerpedo, which is fine. You know, we'll go ahead and get our ad here. We'll go ahead and see Jerpedo, and then Sanji Chain. All right, or excuse me, Kusanagi Chain. We're going to go ahead and see the Force discard for us here, which is fine. We get the trap card out of our hand. Here comes the Tactile, so we're going to go ahead and Purification, take that out back and blow that up. And then, of course, Habagiri coming on back with the mirror, get a free draw. All right, now we can go ahead and Ars Magna, get our ad. We'll go ahead and see the spell card coming down here to get our free search. And now we can go ahead and Affinity. All right, we'll go ahead and pop off the last one to revive. All right, we're going to see a Futsu revive back the Aramasa to get the search. Now we can go ahead and Medius on up, get our free special summon. All right, we're going to go ahead and see the popping here, which is fine. We'll go ahead and see the revive on our Fred here. All right, we'll go ahead and see the board wipe. Now we will get the special summon of Jerpedo. Hey, look, Jerpedo's back. And now we can extend down the Medius to get our Theor Realize. You're going to go ahead and see the special summons up here on the link too. And now we are just kind of off to the races. Overdrive, go ahead and trigger up our effects. Go ahead and banish that. We will go ahead and see the Futsu revive here. All right, here comes the Sanji. All right, we'll go ahead and see Non-Finito. And now we'll go ahead and see the revive here. So we have all 3 of the setup here on the big guy himself at an 8,200 stat line. Holy crap. Go ahead and smash through that. Go ahead and smash through the field. And then, not too bad, the Albion gets to go ahead and add back here. Which, I mean, hey man, you had the best field you could have, but we have Wozu here, which provides us with an immediate board break, which is kind of sad, honestly, but you know, it's fine. Go ahead and see the mirror. We're going to go ahead and chain up the trap card here, which we'll go ahead and negate that. But we're going to go ahead and ritual back into the big guy here, which you're just going to see, yeah, our board's going to get just flooded right off of the field there, which is kind of sad, honestly, but, you know, it's just kind of how it works, right? Your opponent just was able to... We got a lot further than I thought we would. We're going to see the Fuo. We're going to chain the Ash. We don't want the opponent getting advantage off of this. Terminus Gate coming on down. Scale on up the big guy. And we are off to the races. One free Jerpedo, please. Get our free ad off of that. They're going to go ahead and imperm us, which is fine. We have the Theorealized Medius. All right, go ahead and make the link too. All right, go and get our free search. Ars Magna. Go ahead and extend this on down. Grab a free Medius, and time to start the initial combo. Get the Archmage pulled up. Go ahead and rotate into the fusion. We'll go ahead and get our free special here. Go ahead and take out 3 more to make the big guy. All right, go ahead and get our Theorealized back. Make a Varudris on the side. And pass turn. Not the most emphasizing end board, but it's good. Free Varudris will cover, 9,000 ground. We will go ahead and call by the grave the big guy and then chain the bird. Go ahead and make the SP here, which will go ahead and provide us with a banish, taking that out back. And then we see the concession because unfortunately Manju just is not enough to, get this deck actually started. Once again, we are back with the Ars Magna special opening up a Droll and Cockbird. The best unfair Yu-Gi-Oh card to ever exist. Here comes the prayers. I'll go ahead and get the ad here. We'll go ahead and see the Droll. I love the tactile. Let's look at the opponent's hand. They're going to go ahead and rip out the Ash. And then we see the end phase. Nice! They're going to go ahead and fire a Fua. They're going to go ahead and see the Ars Magna. They're going to go ahead and see the second Fua here. We're going to get our ad. Ars Magna. We'll go ahead and get our search here. We'll go ahead and Ars Magna pitch. Go ahead and secondary Ars Magna to revive back. Go ahead and see the gate. Mill down. Scale this on up. I kind of do you just play into this and just make a big decent board? Honestly, you may as well, right? Go ahead and warp into the big guy. They do get the draws, which is fine. As long as we can get 9k on the field, because here comes another draw too. They got an Ash, which, we're rotating to the 3500. Slap the trap on under it. And then the only thing we need to do is just get a shade on the field. Make this. Uh-oh, this is really bad. And then just go battle phase. 35, 33. And then we see the concession. Wow. This deck, honestly, this is really, really cool. I'm glad to see the Power Patron stuff. The big guys are still emphasizing on, that end board that we want to see. And that's actually really, really cool. Ars Magna, I think, is one of the coolest and the most unexplored decks so far. I feel like the way that this deck's end board presence is going to be, it's going to be very, very strong. But also you got to understand, it's going to be an extra bridge package with like the Power Patron stuff. Because I think the goal of this deck is to still kind of use the Ars Magna stuff in combination with the Power Patron stuff. But the Power Patron stuff is still going to be the bread and butter of the strategy. You don't want to take away the more emphasized important parts of the way that the deck chooses to play, just because you need the power to be able to kind of do its thing. I do also see we are playing the Theorealized past lulls in here. Of course, the Ars Magna Sinatrius as well. A lot of the little trap cards kind of bringing us together. I do like in the extra deck, obviously, Purification Power Patron is going to be a great tool for this deck. But also I do see, we are doing 2 Medi Curious. Obviously, Medi Curious is a very, very good card, but also, with the rest of the tools that this deck has, obviously, you're looking to throw big boss monster your opponent. In the case of game 3, where you saw that, this deck can still just do the standard Power Patron special of, just smashing in the 3 big guys and go unga bunga in the face, just to win the game right there on the spot. That's the classic sort of strategy that this deck has always had. If your opponent sets you up and gives you that opportunity, it's almost wrong to not take advantage of just trying to push through it. Now, I also have the Mitsurugi list for this. This is definitely a Mitsurugi choice list. Obviously, main decking the Wuzu I don't think is too terrible of an idea. Obviously, there's some questionable play lines within this list. I think the Droll, obviously, hand traps are fine. But, I question, why we have this in here. Why are we playing the Sacred Boundary in this list? What advantage does having the Sacred Boundary in here actually give to us? But I would also say, you're playing 47 cards, which means you're emphasizing, you're playing the extra copy of the Manju, just to kind of have access to it, just to kind of do the thing. But also down here in the extra deck, we're playing an Albion, the Shrouded Dragon. They gotta be, there's gotta be some interesting side deck or super poly targets for this list. But I think seeing the Ars Magna special is very, very cool. I look forward to kind of seeing more of those developments that kind of come across the table with this. And hopefully this gives you some insight into some of the cool things that you can actually play with coming out in the future. So leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.